Good morning, mon petit, and welcome back to my channel. I am thoroughly enjoying my morning coffee this morning. I feel like there is nothing that quite hits like that morning cup of coffee, especially on a Monday morning. It is the start of the week. It's a lovely, fresh new week, although not a lovely, fresh new day. It is miserable this morning, absolutely miserable. It's grey, it's dreary. It kind of feels like we've woken up in the middle of October. We woke up this morning, opened the curtains, and it literally feels like we've skipped July, skipped August, skipped September. We've gone straight to October weather. So I kind of wanted to cheer myself up a little bit this morning, and seeing as though I wasn't able to get out into the garden at all this weekend, we had such a write-off weekend, which I wasn't mad about. I kind of feel like we needed it. Alex and I literally spent the weekend just pottering around the house, watching movies, chilling. If you follow me on my Petite Posts broadcast over on Instagram, you'll know that Alex forced me to watch Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. That is how desperate we got at the weekend. So I wasn't able to get outside at the weekend. So whilst we had a little break in between the rain, I literally made a mad dash outside to cut my sweet peas and bring them inside, because I cannot believe how much they have erupted over this last week. It's literally been just under 2 weeks since I last showed them to you. And the last time I showed you, I said that we were almost there. We had some buds that were ready to bloom, and oh my goodness me, they have just exploded. And that's what I love about sweet peas. So I've just been cutting those up this morning and putting them into vases, and I cannot believe how many we have. I also can't believe how long the stems are. I don't think I've ever had sweet pea stems this long and this straight. I'm so impressed with them. I literally just got them from a little seedling tray from Dobby's, and they're a beautiful mixture of flowers. I must admit, I love it when sweet peas come in all different colors and different textures. We've got some whites in here. We've got this beautiful like fuchsia pink color. We've got some reds, which I think look absolutely beautiful. Purples, kind of like lavender shades. We've got little pinks, and oh my goodness me, they just look absolutely beautiful. So I've just created 3 little vases to pop around the house, and I don't think I've ever used such a big vase for sweet peas before. It excites me so much that I've got such a beautiful vase to put them in, and I cannot tell you how amazing they smell. They are just filling the kitchen with the most beautiful scent, and I always love using these little bud vases. If ever you're looking for new vases for flower arranging, if you're like me and you like to bring things in from the garden, if you're deadheading roses, if you're cutting back sweet peas, anything like that, I would definitely recommend picking up vintage ones. I actually got these from my local antiques dealer, which I absolutely adore. They're just like this kind of cloudy smoke effect glass. I've got this one here, which I absolutely love. Is a really simple one. And then this is actually a Dartington vase, which I just think is gorgeous. Again, you've got that like smoky effect. And I always love using my trug as well whenever I am bringing in my sweet peas. As you can see, it's gone a little bit wet because the sweet peas were soaked, the poor things. We had a couple of disasters of heads falling off, but this is another one that I picked up from the antique store, and I absolutely love it because it's just so great whenever it comes to picking veg, whenever it comes to bringing in my flowers, and especially for something like sweet peas. It's just like the perfect size. Oh my goodness me, it excites me so much that I'm going to be able to pop these around the house and we can finally start bringing them in, because one thing that I love about sweet peas, the more you cut them, the more they come back. So I cannot wait to see how much more my sweet pea climbers are going to just flourish this summer. Okay, so I've just popped the larger vase here in the living room because I just think it works so perfectly on the coffee table. I used to always be the kind of person that had faux flowers on the coffee table, quite tall ones, quite big ones, but I actually found that it was a bit distracting, especially if you're just wanting to use it as a coffee table to put drinks down on, if you're wanting to put your feet on it, if you're wanting to watch TV. So I really like bouquets and arrangements that are a little bit like lower. This one is so much lower than a lot of other flowers. That's what I love about sweet peas. They're not too too overpowering, and I just love how this looks on the coffee table. I quite enjoy doing a bit more of like a seasonal coffee table switch up. I think is so lovely, and honestly I can't tell you how much the scent is filling the room. So I love how those look, and then I've also just added the two little ones onto my shelves, which I just think looks so cute. It's really lovely to see a little bit of colour on the shelves actually, and again the scent that I'm getting from these, and there are still so many more sweet peas on the climber, so I could definitely create a few more little bud vases I could pop around the house. My favourite thing to do in summer is just fill my house with beautiful blooms picked from my garden. OG subscribers will know that sweet peas are not only my favourite flower because of the scent, because of the fact that you can pick them and pluck them and they come back time and time again, but also because they were actually my granny's favourite flowers. So they always remind me of her, and it's so lovely to have that like connection, that heritage that I can connect back to the sweet peas. In fact, Alex was saying to me that he thinks he may change his favourite flower. They used to be dahlias, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I cannot keep dahlias alive. I've tried time and time again to keep them alive in my garden, and they just don't like my garden. I don't know what it is. They always get eaten alive by slugs, or they always die from like aphids or things like that. I've just never been able to keep them alive. Sweet peas, however, I feel like I can do sweet peas really well, and Alex was saying to me this weekend that he thinks he wants to change his favourite flower and actually change it to sweet peas because he absolutely adores them. He's actually been watching my climbers closer than I have. He's been watching them like a hawk, and the second that we saw a few flowers, oh my goodness me, he came running upstairs to tell me so that I can pluck them and pick them and bring them inside. So it just feels really special that not only do I have that connection to my granny, who Alex never actually got the chance to meet, so I just think it's so lovely that he's almost like changed his favourite flower to sweet peas, because I just have such a strong connection. And I don't know if you remember actually, oh, I'm not showing you the update that we've got over here, but this is a really beautiful embroidery that the lovely Anne did for me. She's a lovely subscriber, lovely follower, and she hand did this for me, and it's just so special. I've taken it with me from every house that we have, and I absolutely adore how it looks. And we've actually just added a new little addition here onto this wall. I very much want the kitchen to be a place that's like very homely, very, I know I keep saying it in my vlogs at the moment, but very Nancy Myers, you know. I want it to look lived in, and this was actually Alex's idea because he's been doing a lot of spaghetti bolognese at the moment. We're really enjoying it, and we've been having like a lot of pastas and stuff, so we've been using this a lot more. And this is actually a pasta measurer, because I don't know about you, but I am the worst person in the world when it comes to portion sizes. In fact, both Alex and I are the worst, but in the opposite way. I always underdo portions because I think I always kind of think to myself, well, it's like 2 Ellie portions, and actually Alex eats about double what I do, and he obviously creates 2 Alex portions, so it means there's a lot of waste. So for me, I would never cook enough, and for him, he would always cook too much. So I actually got this from Lady C. This is an authentic Italian, beautiful, I'm guessing ceramic, yeah, it says at the back, made in Italy pasta measurer that she brought all the way back from Naples. She went to Naples last year, maybe the year before, I think it was, to go and visit Pompeii, and she brought this back for me, and I absolutely love it. I love the fact that you've got the chilies on it, the little kind of like wheat with the Italian flag, and it is my colour scheme in the kitchen. I just love little pops of red in the kitchen. I think it just looks absolutely beautiful. So Alex just added the nail to the wall there so that we can hang it up, and it just means that it's really easily accessible, but is an ornament in itself. And I'm hoping to one day basically fill this beam with loads of beautiful like individual things, whether that's like pictures, paintings, whether that's souvenirs. I just think it's so lovely. So it feels really lovely actually to have a gift from my mum, and then something that reminds me of my granny here in the kitchen that I can see every single day. So I've just come upstairs because you guys know how important wardrobe organisation is to me. It's so important to make sure that my wardrobe is really functional, that I'm able to like access things a lot. And I've recently been doing a little bit of kind of like bag storage organisation and just looking into my kind of like bag collection. There's always been one handbag that I've kind of regretted adding into my wardrobe, and I am so excited because I feel like this is going to change the game with regards to this handbag. Now, I absolutely adore this handbag. It was actually a gift from Alex a couple of years ago because I mentioned how much I absolutely loved it. It had just come out at the time, and it was only available, I think, in the one colour. Now it's available in so many different colours, and that is the La Pliage, the net La Pliage bag. Now, I do have the classic La Pliage, which I feel like every girl well needs to have in their wardrobe. Number one, it's one of the most affordable designer bags that you can have. So it's so perfect for like chucking everything into. It's great for travel, it's great for commuting, it's great for going into the office. Now this bag I really love because it's a net handbag, so it makes it a little bit more summery and makes it really, really cute. However, it has always been impossible to actually use the handbag because it's always looked awful anytime you put anything in it. I've tried using silk scarves. That's the way that they kind of market it, is they'll basically like wrap a silk scarf inside of it. I just did not like how it looked. I didn't like how floppy it went. I didn't like how like unstructured the bag was. I've tried using tote bags inside. I've tried using like makeup bags inside. There was nothing that I felt made this bag work. And that's why it was like my biggest regret, because as much as I loved the bag, I could just never make it work well. Let me tell you that I have the solution, and it is from one of my favorite brands, Handbag Angels. Now I've spoken about Handbag Angels before. You guys might remember that I have a Handbag Angel bag organizer in my Mulberry Alexa bag, and it changed the game for me with that bag, and they've just released a new insert for the La Pliage net. So as you can see, it actually now has structure to it, which just excites me so much. What I love about the Handbag Angels bag inserts is they are handmade, like tailored to every single bag, and I cannot think of a single designer bag that is not available on their website. They pride themselves of doing so many different bag inserts for so many different brands, whether it's a really high-end brand like Dior or Chanel, or a little bit more of like a lower price pointed bag like the Longchamps, like De Melier, like Pauline. They do so many amazing inserts, and I do actually have my discount code still available with Handbag Angels. So if you do want to shop their organizers, if you do want to shop their inserts, you can use the code ELLIE10 for 10% off, which I just think is such an amazing saving, considering it's such a beautiful small business. It's so kind of them to give us this discount, and the fact that it's handmade, the fact that it's such high quality is just amazing. So I actually picked this up in the white because I didn't want it to look like there was an insert in there. They do them in loads of different colors, but let me show you what the actual insert looks like, and also what the bag looks like without the insert in. So this is what it looks like with the insert in. As you can see, it's got like a lovely structure, it's got like a lovely shape to it. This is the kind of shape that the bag should be, and it's actually the shape that they usually like fan it out to be whenever they are selling it online. But this is the shape that it goes without the organizer, which is always just so upsetting, and that's why I've never been able to use it, because as soon as you put something in this, not only can you obviously see exactly what's in there, like let's just shove my phone in there, you can see the phone in there obviously makes the bag go such a weird shape, and it just meant that I was never actually able to use it, which is so upsetting because it is such a gorgeous bag. Whereas now that I've got the organizer, I'm so excited that I can finally properly use the bag to its purpose. What I really love is the fact that the organizer has two little pockets on the inside, so you can put in like, whether that's like cash, you can put in your phone, or like your card holder, anything important to you that you want to keep in. But other than that, it's just a completely open organizer, which I really like, because I just like to chuck as much as possible in my bag. And they do this in the normal size. I think I've got the large. As I said, it was the only one available when it first was released, but I believe it's now the large size, and they also do a smaller size. So they do them for both of the sizes, and obviously loads of different colors. So if you want to have a little bit more fun, if you've got one that's maybe a different color, you want something that's going to pop underneath the net, you can go pink, you can go black, you can go red, you can go green. I just absolutely love it, and I just can't get over the difference it does with regards to the bag, like the shape and the structure of it. Honestly, I just can't get over the difference in the shape and structure. Let me put my phone in this as well, just to kind of show you how well it like holds things in there. You wouldn't know that you have anything in there, which is amazing. So you can use this as a bit more of a day bag as well, because I feel like it kind of makes it a little bit more secure, the fact that people can't actually see what's in your handbag. It's obviously just got the popper closure, like it is a little bit open at the side, but I do kind of find having the insert makes it a bit harder to like get your hand in there. So I think it's a really good kind of like security measure. You've obviously got the strap as well with this bag, so you can wear it like crossbody, you can wear it on your shoulder. For me, I just like wearing it on my arm like this. I always love bags that I can just wear on the crook of my arm, because I feel like it just makes my hands a little bit more free and a little bit easier to use. So I wanted to show you that and tell you about the discount code, because I'm so excited that you guys are able to shop 10% off at Handbag Angels. And I'm so excited about the organizer, because I really do feel like it's going to change the game with regards to this bag, and it's going to make it a bag that really works hard in my summer capsule bag collection, which makes me very happy. Speaking of my summer handbag collection, I thought it might actually be quite nice to go through that collection with you, because as I said, I've been doing a little bit of handbag organization, and I've come into my little Nancy Meyers inspired office, because this is where I now keep my summer handbags. I keep them a little bit separate from my autumn winter handbags, and whenever I do bag collection videos, I always tend to do them in the winter. It's kind of like a January tradition that we do. So I feel like whenever I do the videos, I never really get to like give my summer handbags enough love, and I do love my summer handbags. I do love having really seasonal accessory pieces. I think it just really helps bring in that season. It helps to really like reflect your wardrobe into kind of what's happening outside, and I really feel like I've created a bit of a capsule collection. It's maybe a little bit bigger than most capsule collections, but it's curated, and that's the most important thing to me. Is I feel like I have bags for like every situation, every occasion, and I actually don't have anything on my wish list at the moment. I've had a few requests to do like wish list videos and to like let you know what I'm thinking about and what I'm like got on my wish list and what I'd like to shop, but actually at the moment, especially with regards to handbags, there's nothing that I feel like I need to add into my collection. Maybe a clutch. That is the one thing that I think I could really do with, is like a summer clutch bag. I think would be so lovely, because when it comes to evening bags, that's the one thing that I feel like I'm slightly short on. But let me show you my summer handbag collection. Of course, got my La Pliage from Longchamp, which honestly I just can't get over this insert. I quite like how it looks hanging as well, so I think in terms of storage I'm just going to keep it hanging here on the knobs of the cupboard. But of course, a bag that I have had for years and I would always recommend when it comes to creating like a capsule summer collection with regards to your bags is the Loewe basket bag. Now I have this in the smaller size. It is packed to the nines, I'm not going to lie to you. This is where I usually keep a lot of stuff in, because this is the bag that I reach for most. So I feel like I just end up chucking things in here, whether that's sunglasses, whether that's hair scrunchies. This is a very well loved bag. I love the fact that it's got the tan leather detailing to it. I find tan for me is the most versatile in summer. I reach for it time and time again, and I do absolutely adore this bag. It is obviously a little bit spenny compared to a lot of other basket bags, but I do feel like there's a reason for it. I've had it for years and it's still going strong. And whenever I used to just buy like high street basket bags, they did not last me at all. Like every single year I was having it to buy a new one. And of course, Handbag Angels also do an insert for this handbag, and I feel like they do inserts for all of the Loewe bags. And considering how open they are is something I think I need to invest in, because it just makes organising it so much easier. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely atrocious. I'm so embarrassed to be showing you that, but we don't lie here on my channel. I like to show you the nitty gritty, the real life of what's really going on. My newest summer handbag to show you is my gorgeous Demier Santorini basket bag, which I absolutely adore. I've actually been eyeing this bag up for about 3 years now, so if I was to have done a wish list video, this would have been at the top of that list, and in this colourway as well. I feel like I've kind of nailed all other colourways. The only thing I don't really have is white, but I don't really reach for a huge amount of white with regards to basket bags. Like I have a lot of bags that I feel like I've been able to use like in the interim. Instead, I feel like if I'm going to wear white shoes, I'll probably reach for my La Pliage more. And I definitely want to get myself a pair of sage slides, because I love doing a matchy handbag shoe moment. I just love the sage green on this bag. I do wish that they did one size smaller, because it is quite a big one, but then I didn't want it to just be like a complete copy of my Loewe. I wanted something a little bit different, and I really lacked a bigger handbag for the summer. So I do love this, and this isn't even the biggest size that they do. This is actually the medium, which is insane to me because it is huge. I mean, I know being a petite girl, the bags come up a little bit bigger on me than they do on most people. I've spoken about this on my channel before, and actually I was chatting to the girls at Henley the other week about this, because a few of them have the opposite problem where they can't really go for small handbags because they're quite tall, and they find that they just look a little bit too teeny on them. And I said to them, I wish I had that problem. I have the opposite, because I like taking a lot of stuff with me, but at the same time big bags often overwhelm me, whereas this is one of the few big bags that I feel like it really works with regards to outfits. I think it's a really cute size, and it fits absolutely everything that I need. And Demier is a brand that I absolutely adore. They have like much more mid-price pointed bags, which I think is really great, and the quality is beautiful. And again, you can get a Handbag Angels insert for them. I'm literally just picking up the bags that are currently on display in front of me. This is another Demier, and one that I absolutely adore, because this I think I'm going to start calling my Nancy Meyers bag. I mean, can't you picture this in a Nancy Meyers film? Whoever the lead of the film is running to the farmer's market with this handbag thrown over their shoulder. Now I don't believe Demier do this colourway anymore, which is so upsetting. They do a black and white version of this, but this is my summer version of this bag, and I do actually have a winter version because it's such a great commuter handbag. It's such a versatile bag for heading into London whenever I've got events, if I've got meetings, because it fits so much in it. And also I love the fact that you've got these poppers at the side because it makes it so much safer. It means when you're going into London, you're not worried about someone like reaching their hand into your bag and pulling something out without you noticing. It's also great for travel as well. Can confirm I've taken this on many a flight and it does fit in the seat underneath you. Okay, we're delving into the cupboard now for a bag that you guys have seen quite a lot recently that I wore to the Handbag Royal Regatta, which I realise I keep saying regatta and it's not actually regatta, it should be regatta, and I keep saying it regatta and I don't know why. I think it's because it's my accent, I don't know, but obviously other southerners do say regatta, so I'm not sure why I keep saying regatta. I do apologise. It's a bit like the fact that I say dahlias. I know really it should be, no, I say dahlias, not dahlias. What do I say? Oh no, it's one of those moments where you don't know what you actually say. Either tomato, tomato. Anyway, my Holland Cooper handbag, which is actually discounted at the moment. It is currently on sale for under £200. They have released a new version of this, which is obviously full price and a little bit more spenny, but even full price, this is such an affordable handbag compared to a lot of other bags in my collection. And considering the amount of like design, the work that's had to go into this, it's such an amazing price. We've obviously got the beautiful tortoiseshell top panel, which I absolutely love. This is always quite a talking point. I love the fact that you've got the detailing of the logo there. Now, I'm not always the biggest logo gal. Sometimes I do love a bag without a logo, but I think it works with this bag. I don't think it's too in your face. I don't think it's screaming Holland Cooper. I just think it's a really lovely branded logo. And then I just love the leather detailing to it. So the black leather runs all the way around the outside of the bag. It also does have a crossbody strap, which I don't really tend to use, to tell you the truth. I should probably take this off because it's a very heavy strap and it does actually weigh the bag down a little bit, but it's a really roomy handbag and great for like evening attire. It's just great if you're looking for a summer handbag that's a lot more elevated, so it can be worn in the evening, it can be worn for like elevated occasions, whether that's Ascot, Henley, any kind of occasions you've got like that coming up this summer. And obviously because of the raffia, it just really brings it into that summer styling. We then have a bag that I think surprised all of us with how much wear I get out of. This is the Chloe Woody basket bag, and it's a bag that I feel like is not very mainstream. A lot of people don't really know this bag exists until I post it on Instagram, and every time I post it, so many people give me compliments, so many people say they need that handbag. I absolutely adore this. Now, Alex calls it my wine bucket bag because he thinks this looks like a wine bucket, which it kind of does. I'll give it to him. And the benefit of it looking like a wine bucket means it fits so much in here. I can confirm that I have taken this on holiday and I have been able to fit my phone, my vlogging camera, my wallet, and a water bottle comfortably in this bag, and a sunglass case actually, because I often will have to swap out my sunglasses for my prescription glasses depending on whether I'm wearing prescription sunnies or not. But this bag fits so much in, and you were so surprised because of like the size of it. It's a really cute little handbag that actually fits so much. The only thing that I would change about this is I'm not the biggest fan of this strap. I wish that it was something that you could actually wear crossbody, but it's not long enough to wear crossbody. You do have to wear it kind of just like on your shoulder. But to tell you the honest truth, most of the time I just carry it like this. The one thing I would say as well, it's not the safest bag in the world. I've taken it with me a few times into London. I don't feel the safest whenever I've got this in London because this doesn't really pull very easily, so it's really difficult to get in and out of, so I end up just leaving it open, which obviously when you're on holiday it's not normally that big of a deal, you know, if you're just like pottering around the pool or like heading down to the beach. But if you're walking around a city, not the safest thing in the world. However, that being said, I do love this bag. I've worn it so much. I've got so much wear out of, and of course it pairs so beautifully with my Chloe Woody slides, and you know how much I love a matchy moment. And the last bag that I would consider a staple in my summer capsule bag wardrobe is my YSL bag. This is the YSL basket bag. I don't actually know if you can get your hands on this colorway anymore. They also brought this out with a beautiful like natural raffia with just the black kind of accessories with regards to the leather details, which I do think is lovely. But when I bought this, I just wanted it to be a little bit different to anything else that I had in my collection. And I do love this handbag. It's quite big actually, but what I really like about it is it's long. It's not necessarily wide, so I feel like it doesn't overwhelm me when I wear it. I feel like it just looks like a really cute little shoulder bag. Obviously, because the length of the straps, it is only designed to be a shoulder bag. I do wish that they'd taken a note out of Loewe's book, because it would have been so cool if you would have been able to adjust the straps, that you can either wear it on your arm, you can wear it on your shoulder. I think that would have been really great. But it is, again, that a bag that I absolutely adore. It's so great for like daytime. It's great to fit loads in it that you want. And despite the fact that it's a very open bag, I find because it's like so long, it doesn't feel unsafe to wear this out and about, and I'll usually use like some kind of insert in this. I'm sure there's a Handbag Angels insert that you can get, but I'll usually put like a tote bag in here, or use like a dust bag that I can tie up, or maybe like a makeup bag that I can put valuables into. So another bag that I absolutely adore, that I feel like makes up my summer capsule bag collection. That is my summer capsule bag collection. I know as capsule collections go, it's maybe a little bit bigger than some, but the main thing that I wanted was just to create a really curated collection of bags, because as I said, I love a matching moment. So I always want to make sure that I've got a bag that kind of matches the vibe. So if I'm wearing a black outfit with black shoes, I'll reach for the YSL. If I'm going for tan, I'll go for my Loewe. And it just means that I can kind of like cover every surface, and it just means that I've got a bag for every occasion. So I thought I would show you those whilst we were having a little bit of an organized with regards to my summer handbags, because I'm so happy with how curated my collection has been, and it really has become a bit of a capsule collection. Oh my goodness me, do I have massive mascara smudges on the corner of my eye? I think I do. I am that person when getting ready in the morning, I always end up with mascara smudges on my eyelids. I feel like it's just impossible to not end up with some kind of smudge, especially, I think it's a hooded eyelid kind of a thing. Please tell me I'm not the only person that gets this, but I swear every single morning when I'm getting ready, there's always gonna be a little bit of mascara smudged on my eye somewhere. But good morning, Mon Petit. I am dressed and ready for the day, and I wanted to show you the dress that I'm wearing, because I actually unboxed this yesterday, and I am that person that immediately is like, I need to wear it, and I need to wear it now. I love it when I get new in pieces and I can just chuck it on. I'm just a child. It's like when a child gets a new toy and they just want to play with it straight away. If I get a gorgeous new dress, I would just want to wear it straight away. And I am so obsessed with this little smock dress. Now, I never used to be a smock dress girl. I used to be quite scared of them. I think being petite, it's something you're kind of taught to steer away from, because I always get worried that it's going to look very overwhelming on me. It's gonna be too much material, that I'm gonna look like a child in like adults clothing. It's always my big concern. But I picked up this dress from Joni's, and oh my gosh, I'm just in love with it. Although it is smock, it's actually got this really nice silhouette. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's got this like elasticated piece at the back, so it kind of cinches you in a little bit. I would definitely say you could size down on this if you wanted it to be a little bit less like oversized and a little bit less smocked. I think I went for my normal size. I think I went for a medium, but I'll leave it linked down below along with the size that I got. But it really helps the fact that you've got the like 3/4 length sleeves. I feel like that stops you from being overwhelmed in fabric. And with regards to the skirt, you get like a little bit of ankle, which I think really helps as well. I love the tiering detailing to the skirt. And the game-changing thing about this dress, oh my goodness me, it has pockets, which just excites me so much. So as soon as I unboxed this, I was like, I need to wear this today, because it's just a chill day at home today. This is the perfect kind of a dress for a chill day at home. It's just lightweight, it's really comfortable and breathable, but still looks really beautiful. This would be such a great dress for like office attire, such a great dress for working from home. So I wanted to show you that because I am in love. So I've just come into our bedroom, because after 2 days of torrential rain, we finally have a little bit of sunshine, and this room just gets the best light. I mean, can you see that with the sun shining? It's a little bit windy though, so it may be in and out a little bit, but I just want to soak up every little bit of sunshine I can, which is so ridiculous to be saying it in July. You'd think that I'd be having to hide from the sun, hide from the heat, but no, I'm sitting in our bedroom looking out onto the sun, praying that it is here to stay, and I can already see it going behind a cloud, which is a little bit upsetting. But anyway, I have a bit of an unboxing to do with you guys, and I feel like this video, we've been talking a lot about like summer accessories. Obviously, I've done my bag collection, showing you all of my gorgeous summer handbags that I absolutely adore, and I would definitely say that whenever it comes to having like a bag collection, having seasonal handbags is so important, but also having seasonal accessories I feel like is so important as well. Things that you can either like add to your bags to like change things up a little bit. And I have a bit of an accessory haul for you guys that I wanted to unbox from one of my favorite brands. Now this is Fable England, and they do the most beautiful like ethereal, almost like woodland themed accessories. A lot of you guys will know my gorgeous robe that I've got from Fable England. Every single time I wear it, whether it's in a YouTube video, whether it's in a reel or a TikTok, I always get questions about it. It's the really beautiful woodlands. Actually, it's right here beside me. I literally have a collection of robes that we keep on our bedroom door. As you can see, it's a little bit creased up because I wear and love this to death, and I wasn't expecting to show it to you. I probably should give this a bit of a wash and a bit of a steam actually, because I wear it almost every single night. If you're like me me and you love wearing a robe, in the summertime you need something a little bit lighter, you want something that's obviously not as like heavy or thick, these Fable England robes, oh my gosh, they're just the best thing ever. They're not toweling. Like, I personally don't really like a toweling robe. I don't like a waffle robe. It's like the most beautiful kind of cotton silk material. It's so lightweight and so lovely, and it's like a full length, so it feels really luxurious. And every time I've worn this, people have always given me compliments, whether we have like guests over that we have it staying. When Alex's parents were here, his mum was asking me about this robe, and it's just my absolute favorite. So as you can see, it's got these like little woodland creatures on, which I think is so lovely. They obviously do like different themes and different kind of like patterns, which I absolutely adore, but for me, I just love this woodland one because I just love the fact that it's got the like neutral kind of pinky toned background. Then we've also got the deer, the moon, the fox, the bird. Oh, it's just my absolute favorite. As I said, I always get questions every single time I wear this, so I'll leave this linked down below, and let me show you the new in pieces I picked up from Fable England because it's honestly just my favorite. First up is an item that I feel like is going to be no secret that I just absolutely adore having it in my accessory wardrobe, and that is a silk scarf. I feel like a silk scarf is something that is actually so versatile. It's quite easy to add into your collection, and actually you can get them for quite affordable prices from somewhere like Fable England. You don't have to spend a huge amount on like an Hermes or like a Dior scarf. They all just look as beautiful from Fable England. I absolutely adore the print of this. So it's a really gorgeous like navy blue with this kind of like light white background, and they literally have on it again like little animals. It just looks so beautiful. We've got lions on there, we've got like berries. I'm not entirely sure exactly what the print is supposed to be, but I do absolutely love this. It says here, like to a double cherry. What does that mean? So we grew together. Is that a quote from something? I'm gonna have to look into that, but I absolutely adore the print of this, and I want something a little bit more neutral to have in my collection because I have a few silk scarves in my collection already, and a lot of them are quite like heavily coloured or heavily like patterned, so I want something that's a little bit more neutral that's going to go with a lot more in my wardrobe. And one thing I would say actually is that these are not just for summer. Like, a silk scarf is not just for one season. I utilise these all throughout autumn, all throughout winter and spring, and you can use them in so many different ways. Like, there's so many different ways that you can accessorise with a silk scarf. One of my favourite ways is just in my hair. If you're just going somewhere and you want to chuck your hair up in a pony or like a bun and it just feels a little bit boring or a little bit unfinished, add a silk scarf to it and it will just elevate the outfit so much. Alternatively, you can use it as a twilly, you can wrap it around your bags, you can add it as an accessory. I have been wanting to try the really gorgeous 50s style hair scarf moment. I've actually been watching some videos recently on how to do it because I've always just kind of like done this, and obviously that's not the cutest thing in the world, but if you have a partner like me who always loves to put the windows down in the summertime whenever we're like driving through the country lanes, then this is a bit of a necessity. So the way I believe you do it is you kind of tie it around your shoulders and you just tie it in a little knot like this, and then pull forward, twist around and put over your head. Oh my god, if this works, I'm actually going to be so impressed. Okay, we're definitely gonna need to tuck the hair in. Oh, do you know what? That's not actually, considering it's my first attempt, I don't know where my hair is coming from or where it is going, but that is actually not bad. We definitely need to accessorize it a little bit more. I feel like it works better with like a bun or with your hair up and with a pair of sunglasses on, but I've actually done it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's the classic hair scarf moment. I've definitely not got it central either, but we've literally just done it as a first try on camera, letting myself look like a fool for you guys so that we can give it a try together. So that's actually quite a good method. I'm definitely going to have to practice that technique, but this might just be a bit of a game changer. So we've got this beautiful silk scarf, and then I also picked up another one if I wanted just a little bit more colour, but still very neutral. I saw this one on the website and I just fell in love with the sea theme. I mean, how cute is this? It's got this really gorgeous colour detail to it. It's like a really lovely kind of like skin colour neutral with this almost like purpley base, but again still feels very neutral. Let me turn it the right way around so you can see the gorgeous pattern out of the little sea creatures. We've just got little like seagulls, got little crabs, shells, coral. I just think it's so gorgeous. This would be so lovely if you're going on holiday this year, if you're going somewhere hot. I think this would be gorgeous. Again, you can use it as a hair scarf like I just have really need to practice that, but I definitely think this could be a real game changer. What's quite nice as well is you could literally just leave one in the car if you wanted to build a little bit of a collection. You can leave one in the car, and then it just means if ever you're going out and it's a lovely sunny day, you can roll the windows down and not have to worry about your hair going absolutely mental. But as I said, I just love tying them to like ponytails, buns, love adding them to my bags. I just feel like they are so perfect whenever it comes to summer styling. And then the last thing I picked up, this is for my gardening girls, and I've been looking for something as beautiful as this for such a long time. This is a gorgeous raffia visor. Now I do already have a visor in my report, in my collection, but it's not a pretty one. Let's just put it that way. It's one that I wear when I don't care how I'm looking, when I don't care who's gonna see me, and I really wanted one that was just so beautiful to add to my collection. So it's the same print as the first scarf, which I absolutely adore, and I love the fact that the bow runs around the back. Now what I love about a visor is you don't have to worry about your hair. If you're having a day where you don't really want to wear a hat, or if you're the kind of person that gets really hot with hats, I have a lot of friends that refuse to wear them because they just find that their hair goes really flat, their head gets really like sweaty, their scalp gets really itchy. This is a great option because obviously it protects your face, it protects you from the sun, but is a little bit more comfortable. So let's try this on. I don't know if it's going to go with this hairstyle, but oh my goodness me, I'm so in love with it. Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely in love with this. I'm actually really surprised at like the size of it. I feel like it looks really small when you take it out of the box, but actually it's like a really good shape and size. There is going to be no sun getting on my face. And I also love wearing visors if I've got my hair up in like a bun or a ponytail, because I have to wear my hair so low in a ponytail if I wear a hat normally, so it just means that you can be a little bit more flexible with what you're doing with your hair. And I just love the fact that you've got the gorgeous silk detailing to it. I absolutely love the pattern, and it's really lightweight as well. It's not like heavy on your head, it's not going to get uncomfortable. Oh my goodness me, the perfect accessories to add into my wardrobe for the summer from literally my favorite brands. So I'll leave these all linked down below because I just think these are going to be such great additions into my summer wardrobe. Okay, so I've just been having a little bit of a play around with my favorite silk scarf, the little monochrome one, with my Longchamp bag. I was just watching a video on how to do it, and there's loads of different techniques when it comes to tying a twilly, but I wanted to do one that was a little bit more extravagant, just so that I can really show you how much of a difference it can make. And what I really love about this is you don't necessarily have to just do it to designer bags. If you've got some high street bags in your wardrobe that you just want to elevate, you want them to look a little bit more luxurious, this is such an easy way to do that. And obviously the silk scarf has not been like a huge amount of money, the bags are not huge amounts of money, but they just look so much more elevated. So I've literally just wrapped the twilly around the handle like this. What you could do is get two matching ones, and then you can wrap them around both handles, and I love it when people do that. I always think it looks so luxurious. You don't even necessarily have to do matching actually. If you quite like colour, if you'd like to do something that's a little bit more bold, you could definitely do two different ones, but I've just done it like this. Let me put this here so you can kind of see how it looks, because I've basically just kind of like let it free flow down the bag, so it kind of takes over the bag but not too much. Like you can still see the logo, you can still see what bag it is, but it just really helps with that elevation with the handbag. And obviously because it's monochrome, it means it's just going to go with absolutely everything in my wardrobe. I don't have to worry about like matching with regards to colours or anything like that. And I love the fact that you can see the print a little bit more as well, the fact that it kind of like free flows down. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. So as I said, there's loads of different ways that you can like style it up. There's different kind of techniques that you can use. You could even just do like a big bow, you could do a big knot if you wanted to, if you wanted to have the scarf like a little bit more on show and you didn't want to cover the handle. But I really loved this technique. I think it works really well with this particular bag as well. It's also great in terms of like a security measure because it makes it even more difficult for someone to get their hands into that bag. So it's just such an easy way of like elevating your summer wardrobe. And I do find that summer accessories are something that are probably the most forgotten about, the most like not thought of, but actually makes such a difference to your summer wardrobe and can really elevate an outfit. So I'm kind of in love with how this looks. So I've decided to clock off from work today a little bit earlier than normal. I've brought my visor downstairs, and that can only mean one thing. We are heading out into the garden. The first day of sunshine that we have had in what? 2-3 days potentially. We've had at least 48 if not 72 hours of consistent rain over the last few days, which means the garden is looking so different. It's actually kind of breaking my heart how much work it needs, how much maintenance it needs, how much organizing and pruning and deadheading it needs. I actually don't think there is a single rose left on my rose bushes. The petals have all been completely washed away in the really heavy rain, which breaks my heart. Thank goodness we still have a few buds that look like they they are going to be coming out. So I just need to give the roses a little bit of a deadhead. I need to cut back all of the flowers that have gone over from the rain. I know it's quite common for a lot of flowers to like rot in the rain. It was something I was looking into actually on YouTube. I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos about gardening recently, just so that I can make sure that I'm giving all of my plants like the best maintenance, that I know what I'm doing with them and just feel a little bit more confident. And especially with things like hydrangeas, roses, it's quite common for them to like really hold on to the moisture, and it actually ends up rotting away the petals, which kind of breaks my heart. So I need to get out into the garden and make sure to kind of dry everything off that I can, prune back what needs to be pruned back, and just spruce it up a little bit so that hopefully it has a new lease of life, with fingers crossed warmer weather on the horizon. I say that with no confidence whatsoever. So I'm going to pop my visor on, and actually this is what I love about this dress. I feel like this dress is a perfect gardening dress. It's just loose, it's obviously dark, so I don't need to worry about mud, and it's so comfortable. And it's really funny actually, because whenever I've talked about gardening dresses on my channel, it's quite a controversial topic, because I know a lot of people that like to go out gardening, especially because there's been like a lot of gardening like PR things and events and stuff like that, and they're not really wearing gardening appropriate clothes. But when it comes to me gardening, I am not the kind of person, like if it comes to having to get the big shovel out, Alex will be called onto the scene. I like to prune, I like to snip back, I just like to potter, and so gardening dresses are the perfect thing for that. And actually my entire life I have been raised with a mum that does that. My mother has always worn pretty dresses out in the garden with her little gardening shoes. She's just potted about, so it's something that I just feel like I'm taking over from her. So that's actually something that I have just been raised with my entire life. So it kind of feels like I'm just following in Lady C's footsteps by heading outside my pretty little gardening dresses just to go and potter about in the garden. So I've got my visor to protect my face from the sun, because it is still a little bit sunny this evening, which is lovely considering the rain that we've had recently. It's so nice to actually get outside and enjoy the sunshine. I've got my phone so I can play some podcasts. Chloe Lloyd has actually just released a new podcast called The Muse Pod, I believe, so I might actually give the first episode of that a listen, because that looks like a really great podcast speaking to like female founders and entrepreneurs. So I think I'll pop that on, and I'm just going to make myself a quick drink, because I always love having like a really lovely refreshing non-alcoholic drink. And I always talk about these Robinson's fruit cordials, but if you are looking to make a non-alcoholic adult drink, these are so fab, because you can make them as simple or as complicated as you like. I quite like to add like a lot of garnishes. I like to add like fizzies, whether that's a tonic or whether that's a lemonade, like really elevate it. It just makes it so lovely. Honestly though, on the evenings that I'm gardening, I just pop it with water, some ice, add a little bit of garnish to it, and it's just such a lovely refreshing drink when you're out in the garden. So this one's my favorite. As you can see, I'm almost out of this, so I need to pick up a top up. This is the lime and mint fruit cordial, which is such a crowd pleaser. It's quite mojito-y, like a non-alcoholic mojito, so a lot of people absolutely love that, especially with lemonade. But I picked up a new one actually that I wanted to try this evening. This is the elderflower fruit cordial, which sounds absolutely delicious. Although what condiments or garnishes would you add to an elderflower drink? I reckon I could still do a little snip of mint. I think mint goes really well with elderflower, and just as a little garnish to top up the drink with, and add a little bit of ice, and it just feels so much more luxurious, but it's still so lovely and refreshing. So I'm going to do myself one of those for this evening and head out for a lovely evening in the garden. I feel like there is nothing better, especially after quite a heavy laptop day today, quite a heavy admin day. An evening out in the garden, soaking up the sunshine, getting a bit of vitamin D, and just being outside, getting some fresh air. It is my favorite way to spend the evening. So I think I'm going to leave this vlog here. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing my entire summer bag collection, the new in pieces. Everything will be linked down below if you do want to shop anything. And if you got to the end of this video, comment elderflower down below in your comments. I always love knowing who gets to the end of my videos, and I'm gonna go and enjoy the sunshine outside in the garden. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.